Welcome to Finpod, your daily financial digest. I am Evan, and we are here to break down the market moves that matter. Today's episode is brought to you by Fintwit.ai, your go-to platform for real-time trading signals and stock recommendations. Let's get right into it. ServiceNow is definitely the talk of the town, rallying nearly 9%. This surge follows Bank of America reinstating coverage with a buy rating and a price target of $130. Analysts are highlighting the company's role as a mission-critical control tower for enterprise AI agents, which is helping to ease fears about software spending. CrowdStrike is also making waves, up over 4%. The momentum here is tied to a significant price target hike from KeyBank, which moved their target to $700. Investors are clearly reacting to strong demand for their Falcon platform and the company's deepening integration of AI security tools. Then there is T1 Energy, which absolutely exploded, up over 23%. This move was triggered by a filing revealing that Leopold Aschenbrenner's Situational Awareness Fund took a massive 10 million share stake in the company. Finally, NVDA and Micron are seeing some pressure, both down in after-hours trading as investors take some profits ahead of a big week for the semiconductor sector. Turning to the broader market, it was a mixed session today. The Dow managed to edge out some gains, while the Nasdaq and the S&P 500 faced some selling pressure. The primary driver was a rotation out of high-flying tech names as investors looked for stability elsewhere. We are seeing a lot of attention on bond yields, which continue to climb, putting a bit of a damper on the tech-heavy indexes. It is not a crash, but it is a clear sign that the market is recalibrating expectations before we see more earnings data later this week. In the AI economy, the focus remains on infrastructure. We are hearing more about the massive capital expenditures being poured into data centers to support the next generation of AI chips. Companies like NVIDIA remain the center of gravity, and while the stock saw a bit of a dip today, the long-term sentiment among institutional investors remains overwhelmingly bullish. We are also seeing a continued push into autonomous agent development, with major players looking to integrate these tools into existing enterprise software suites to drive efficiency. Looking at individual stocks in focus, we saw a lot of movement outside of the big tech names. Beyond the AI movers, there was significant activity in the industrial and consumer sectors, with traders closely watching for any signs of slowing discretionary spending. Many of these moves were driven by institutional positioning adjustments as we settle into a new week of trading. On the earnings front, we had some major reports today. BIDU delivered a solid beat, with adjusted earnings and revenue coming in ahead of analyst expectations. The market is reacting positively to their growth in AI cloud services, which is helping offset a softer advertising environment. RYAAY also reported record full-year profits, showing the resilience of European travel demand despite some Boeing delivery delays. Meanwhile, Brady Corporation shares soared nearly 20% after beating earnings estimates and raising their full-year guidance, driven by strong demand for their identification solutions. On the other hand, XP Inc. saw a slight pullback after their quarterly results were released. That is a wrap for today's market action. We covered the surge in ServiceNow and T1 Energy, the mixed performance of the major indexes, and a busy day for earnings from BIDU to RYAAY. If you enjoyed this update, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, and leave a comment if there is a specific sector or stock you want us to cover next. For stock recommendations, visit Fintwit.ai. I am Evan, and I will see you back here tomorrow.